Divya,
Yes, sir.
my voice is audible to you.
Yes, sir. Audible.
28 Bhavani,
Yes, sir.
voice is clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Good morning to everyone. Bhavani, mute yourself. Okay. Good morning to everyone. In previous class, we have started moving loads and influence line diagram. In that, we have completed ILD for reactions. In that, we have completed ILD for reaction. It means we have seen different types of loads, point load as well as UDL, and what are the formulas. So each and every point we discussed in previous class. Now consider last class as a reference, because already we have calculated reactions RA and RB. Okay, based on reaction RA and RB, today we'll calculate shear force. Okay, that is ILD for shear force, influence line diagram for shear force. Once I will share the screen now. 131 Niharika,
Yes, sir.
screen is visible to you or not?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, all of you just listen, don't write anything, just listen careful. That's it. So the next topic is ILD for shear force. ILD for shear force. So consider a simply supported beam, or else consider a continuous beam. In that, calculate shear force at C. Okay, shear force at C. This is our question. Already we have calculated reactions in the previous class. This is the continuation part of shear force at C. Okay, here consider a simply supported beam A, B. Okay, now at a distance of x meter, our unit load is acting 1 kilonewton. Already we discussed the 1 kilonewton in previous class. Next, here it is L minus x, but the actual span from A to B is the L. A to B is the L. Okay, but he is asking calculate shear force at C. But we have only 2 points, A and B. So I will be considering at point C here. Okay, I will be considering at point C here. Now in this point C, I can calculate the shear force at C. Shear force at C. So before that, write clearly, we have a two reactions here, RA and RB. RA and RB. See, these two values already we have calculated in previous class. Once I'll show you that reaction values. See, this is our previous class, ILD for reaction, and in that reaction we got RA is equal to L minus X by L, RB is equal to X by L. Same values, just write here L minus X by L, as well as B is the X by L. B is the X by L. Now calculate shear force at C by using of reaction values. By using of reaction values, just listen carefully here. See, if you observe if you observe, there is a two portions are available in the given diagram. That is, first of all, if you consider span AC, if you consider span AC, that is in left portion. Okay, already I told you in this diagram we have a two portions. In that, span AC is the left portion, span CB or else BC, that is in our right portion. That is our right portion. Now, first of all, I will be considering left portion. I will be considering left portion. So, based on that left portion, I can calculate my shear force at C. I can calculate my shear force at C. Okay. So, again, draw separator diagram here. That is, this is A, this is B, and here we have a point C. So in this point only we can calculate our shear force at C, and from point A to at a distance of x, at a distance of x, we have a 1 kilonewton load is acting. Okay, up to here clear? Next, so in this diagram, RA is equal to L minus X by L, RB is equal to X by L. Now, what is our first portion? That is left portion. That is left portion. So, in the case number 1, when unit load, that is 1 kilonewton, is on left portion. This is our first case. When unit load is on left portion, that is left portion means A to C. So this diagram is satisfied because the left portion, here I will be applying unit load. So A to C is the left portion. So in between A to C, or else at a distance of x, I applied a unit load. Okay, next here A to C, here I am considering span is A to C. Okay, now C to B I am considering is B. But the whole span is L. That is A plus B is equal to L. A plus B is equal to L. This is my whole span. Okay. Now calculate shear force at point C. Shear force at C. So shear force at C, consider a section XX just left of point C. Consider a section XX just left of C. So here my section XX. Now in section XX, what are the forces? What are the reactions are acting here? That is, RA is acting as well as 1 kilonewton load is acting. Okay, RA is acting as well as 1 kilonewton load is acting. Now Here, RA is moving upward direction. So consider positive 1 kilonewton load is moving downward direction. Consider negative. So I can write it as RA minus 1. Okay, RA minus 1. Now, already I know RA value. So just substitute RA value in this equation. Then it is L minus X by L minus 1. Minus 1. Now, shear force at C is equal to, here LCM is L. So L minus X minus 1 into L is L by L. L cancel. Finally, shear force at C is minus X by L. Minus X by L. Okay. But I have a distance from A to C. Okay. I have a distance from A to C. A to C. That is A. A to C is A. It means where X is equal to A. Where X is equal to A. So in this equation, in place of X, just substitute A value. Then you will get exactly shear force at C. That is minus A by L. This is my final shear force at C value. Okay. Next is, so in these two portions, left portion completed. Now next is the right portion. So right here, when unit load that is 1 kilonewton is on right portion, that is CB. A portion is AC, but right portion is CB. So unit load is on right portion. Then calculate shear force at C. Shear force at C. Listen carefully. This is A. This is our B, and here we have a C. We have a C. Our condition is unit load, that is 1 kilonewton, is on right portion. That is in between C to B. So I am applying here 1 kilonewton. Now this 1 kilonewton is entirely right portion. Okay. Now from point A to up to 1 kilonewton, it is X distance. It is X distance. Okay, at a distance of X meter, I am applying 1 kilonewton load. Now A to C, already we have a distance. It means the span is A, and here the span is B. And we have two reactions, RA, L minus X by L, next to RB, that is X by L. Now whole span is L. Whole span is L. Okay. Same concept apply here. Same concept, that is we are calculating our shear force at point C. We are calculating our shear force at point C. So consider a section XX. Consider a section XX. That's it. Just to left of the C. just left of the C. Consider a section XX just left of the C. It means now forget about the right side portion. Forget about right side portion because we are considering a section XX here. So it means you can consider XX to left portion only. Now in this left portion, what are the forces are acting, what are the loads are acting, what are the reactions are acting, that is important. So if you observe clearly, in the XX section we have only one reaction, Ra. We have only one reaction, that is Ra. It means you can take this section XX, and from A to XX we have only one reaction, that's it, and we don't have any other forces. See, whatever we assuming 1 kilonewton load, now that is in the right side portion, now it is right side portion, but our section XX is just left on C. So in left on C we have only one reaction, that is L minus X by L. So shear force at C is L minus X by L. L minus X by L. Okay. Now, so from A to C, because our shear force in this point, so A to C, I have a distance A. I have a distance A. It means where X is equal to A. X is equal to A. So in place of X, just substitute A value, then you will get shear force at C, that is L minus A by L. L minus A by L. Now, once observe here, generally A plus B is equal to L. Okay, here A plus B is equal to whole span, but in this shear force at C we got L minus A. So here I can write it as B is equal to L minus A. L minus A. It means in place of L minus A, I can substitute B value. I can substitute B value, where shear force at C is equal to L minus A by L, that is B by L. See, now we got two values for shear force at C. One is minus A by L, other one is B by L. So both are the shear force at C only. Now, what about the shear force diagram? What about shear force diagram? SFD. Okay, that is ILD for shear force at C. ILD for shear force at C. Very simple. First to draw A, B, and here we have a C. Okay. Now, shear force at C, it means in this point we have a two values. Once observe what are the two values. One is minus A by L. One is minus A by L. It means sign convention. Minus means below the beam. Our shear force diagram will be below the beam. Plus means it's above the beam. Plus means it's above the beam. And here shear force at C we got minus A by L. So minus means below the beam. So somewhere here, because shear force at C in this point only we can mark it minus A by L. So here it is A by L. Now again we have a other value shear force at C B by L. It means it's a positive value, then it is above the beam. So mark here, that is B by L. Okay. Now so A to C generally we got here minus. So it is minus shear force diagram. Then it is at shear force C. Again we got a positive value. Then it is above the beam. Just to join all the points. Okay. This is minus SFD. This is plus SFD. It means this value is plus B by L and this value is minus A by L. Minus A by L. It means this is minus shear force diagram minus A by L. Minus A by L. So this is our ILD for shear force. Very easy. Just consider a span A to B and he is asking shear force at C. So just mark one point in between A to C, then apply 1 kilonewton load. That's it. After that, already we have calculated the reaction value RA, RB in previous class only. And in this diagram, we have a two portions, left portion, right portion. So first case is when unit load is in left portion, then consider a section XX. Next, when unit load is in right portion, then consider a section XX. Then we'll get our shear force at the C value. That's it. Very easy. Okay. Now, all of you, once you can remember your previous classes. Once you can remember your previous classes, because it is the continuation process. See, if you don't know the previous class, then it is very difficult for you. Okay, all of you take screenshot. $140 Ramya.
Yes, sir.
Ramya, is it completed or not?
Yes, sir. Completed.
148 Pranay.
Yes, sir.
Pranay, is it completed or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll see problems in the shear force. We'll take two problems. One is based on the point loads. Other one is based on the UDL. Then you can easily understand. See here. All of you just listen carefully. Don't write anything because I'll share my PDF to your WhatsApp group. So no problem. Problem number 1 here. Calculate shear force at C. Calculate shear force at C. This is our problem. Next, what about the given diagram? This is A and here we have a B. Okay, and somewhere here we have a C. This is given diagram only, and here the load is acting, 70 kilonewton load is acting, and here it is 60 kilonewton load is acting. Here it is 50 kilonewton load is acting. Okay, now A2 up to 70 kilonewton load, it is 2 meter distance. It is 2 meter distance. After that, from 70 to 60 kilonewton load, then it is 3 meter distance. Next, 60 kilonewton load to 50 kilonewton load, again it is 3 meter distance. From 50 kilonewton load to up to point B, it is 4 meter distance. Okay, and in this point, calculate shear force value. It means from this load to this point, it is 3 meter. It means from here to here it is 1 meter. Total 60 kilonewton to 50 kilonewton span is 3 meter. But 60 kilonewton load to up to point to C, it is 1 meter. Next, this remaining portion is 2 meter. Remaining portion is 2 meter. See, problem is very easy. Problem is very easy. Okay. See, what is our first step? Draw the ILD for shear force. Draw ILD for shear force. Not this one, at point C. Here at point C and point B. See, what about our shear force diagram? A, B, and here we have a point C. Okay. Once you can remember your class, that is see, this is minus value, this is plus. See, this is our ILD for shear force. Already we have calculated just now. Same diagram place here. That's it. Same diagram place here. And here we have a, this is A by L, and here it is, sorry, it is B by L, and here it is A by L. A by L. Okay. And what about A and B value here? A and B value. Can anyone tell me the values of A and B? A is equal to question mark. B is equal to question mark. L is equal to question mark. Can anyone please?
A equals to 6, B equals to 6.
Yes, exactly. A is equal to 6 meter span. B is equal to 6. L is equal to 12. Why A is equal to 6 means, see here, this is our point. Okay, it means up to here, mark one point like this. Now A to C, this entirely left portion A. Now C to B, entirely it is right portion, that is B. So from A to C, what are the span acting here? That is 2 meter, 3 meter and here we have a 1 meter. So 2 plus 3 plus 1, it is 6 meter. It is 6 meter. Now from C to B, it is 2 meter plus it is 4 meter, so 6 meter. Now if you add 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, then it is L. Total span is L. Okay, now right here where B by L, B by L, that is 6 by 12 is equal to 0.5. This is upward ordinate. This is our upward ordinate. Now downward ordinate is A by L. A is 6 by 12, then it is 0.5. This is our downward ordinate. Okay, it means just substitute here. What is the value? 0.5, and here it is also 0.5. Okay, now see, just identify given loads. The next step is identify given loads and calculate ordinates where the loads are acting on that place. Calculate our ordinates, because it is one of the advanced topic. Finally, last step is shear force at C. Load into ordinate. Formula is load into ordinate. First we'll see. First observe here, then we will calculate next one. See, in this ILD, you can draw the number of diagrams. Then only you will get marks. Otherwise, you won't get good marks. So in ILD means number of influence line diagrams we can draw here. Number of. So here it is A, it is B, and here it is C. Now here it is 70 kilonewton, and here it is 60 kilonewton. Here it is 50 kilonewton. Okay, now span is already you know that. What about the span here? It is 2 meter, and here it is 3 meter. From load to up to load, it means 60 to 50, it is 3 meter, but that 3 meter has been divided. It's a 1 meter, it's a 2 meter, again it is 4 meter. Okay, now so here draw our shear force diagram. Okay, sorry, so it is downward, not upward. Okay, yes, it is plus, it is minus, and here just now we got one value in this point. I will take other color, then you can easily understand. So in this point we got 0.5. Okay, and here also we got 0.5. Okay, up to here clear? Don't get any confused. It is very easy. I think comparing to previous classes, this ILD is very easy. If you just if you observe only one problem, then you can easily calculate by yourself. So these are the point loads. So in this point we have a one load that is 50 kilonewton. So in this place calculate ordinate value. Just mark one point here, that is x1. Okay, up to here clear? So where do we get our loads? On that point we should calculate our ordinate value. Okay, next, if you come the left portion, here we have a one load. So in this place, so here calculate ordinate value, that is your x2. Just to mark one point. Okay, x2. Next, other load is acting in this point, so below that load mark one point here, it is ex3. That's it, we don't have any other load. We don't have any other load. Now from A2 up to here we have a 2 meter. Next, from this point to this point we have a 3 meter, and from load to up to point C we have 1 meter. Okay, from C to up to 50 kilonewton we have 2 meter. Finally it is 4 meter. Finally it is 4. See, just listen carefully, very easy concept. Now find out ordinate values. So what are the ordinates here? x1 is unknown, x2 is unknown, x3 is unknown. That's it. Find out these three ordinates. How to find out these ordinates? First of all, if you observe from C to B, from C to B, that is upward ordinate. Here C to B is the upward ordinate. I'll write clearly. CB is upward ordinate, and A to C is the downward ordinate. Downward ordinate. Okay, it is clear now. In the upward ordinate we have only single unknown value, that is x1. That is x1. See how to find out the x1 value. Already we have completed in previous class, that is on the Saturday class only we have completed. But once again I'll tell you clearly, just listen carefully, very easy concept. So I need x1 value. It means apply similar triangle concept. Apply similar triangle concept. In the upward ordinate, the bigger triangle is observe sky blue color. Observe sky blue color. So this is our bigger triangle. Okay. Now from similar triangle concept, the first bigger triangle is C 0.5 and B. First floor 105 room number. So here the first bigger triangle is C, here 0.5 and B. So this is one triangle. In this triangle, generally what is the formula? That is perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base. This is our formula for similar triangle concept. In this one, here the perpendicular is 0.5. This is our perpendicular is 0.5. And what about base? So from C to B, it is base. So in the C to B, what is the span? 2 meter and 4 meter. It means 6 meter. So 0.5 by 6 is equal to, this is for bigger triangle only. Now I need x1 value. I need x1 value. It means in the x1 consider again triangle. Observe brinjal color. Observe brinjal color. So this is other triangle. This is other triangle. So in this triangle, what is the perpendicular here? Perpendicular is x1. Perpendicular is x1 and base. What about base? From this point to this point, we have a 4 meter base. We have a 4 meter base. It means x1 by 4. x1 by 4. Now from this one, what is the value of x1? That is 1 by 3. That is 1 by 3. Okay. Now next is the downward ordinate. See here, this part completed. This part completed. Now forget about upward ordinate. Now consider downward ordinate. Consider downward ordinate, that is A to C. Now forget about the upward ordinate. Now I will draw separate diagram for downward ordinate. Then only you can easily understand, no problem. Consider this color. This is only downward ordinate. Because if I draw separate diagram, then you can easily understand the actual concept. So that I am drawing separately. And here we have a one ordinate, and also here we have a other ordinate. It is x2 and it is x3. Okay. Now this span is 2 meter, and here it is 3 meter, and here it is 1 meter. Don't forget about this is your minus. Okay. And here in upward ordinate it is plus. Don't forget about this is our minus. You have to indicate. You have to indicate minus value here. Okay. Now here we have a one value, that is 0.5. 0.5. Now we are calculating downward ordinate. Downward ordinate. So what are the unknowns we are having here? x2 is unknown, x3 is unknown. Same concept, that is from similar triangle concept. From similar triangle concept, we can calculate the x2 value as well as x3 value. Here I will take other color, a green color. What about the first bigger triangle? That is important. So green color, see here, A to C. Next it is downward, we have a 0.5. Next so this entire green color is the bigger triangle. So what is our similar triangle formula? Perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base. Here perpendicular is 0.5. Perpendicular is 0.5 by base. What about base? We are considering a bigger triangle. So A to C, 2 meter, 3 meter, 1 meter. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, 6 is equal to. I need x2 value. I'll take red color. I need x2 value. Okay, it means from point A to up to x2, make one triangle. Observe the red color. The red color is the other similar triangle. Up to here only, up to x2. Now you can observe full red color triangle. So in this red color triangle, what is the perpendicular? Perpendicular is x2 by base up to this point, A2 up to this point. So what about the base value? Here we have a 2 meter plus 3 meter, that is 5. Now from this one we can easily calculate our x2 value, that is 5 by 12. Our x2 value is 5 by 12. Now we have a other unknown value, that is x3. I'll take thick blue color. Other unknown is x3 here. In this point, we have a other unknown x3 value. Find out this x3. How to find out? Same, from similar triangle. In that similar triangle, already the bigger triangle is 0.5 by 6. 0.5 by 6. That is green color mark. That is green color. See here, 0.5 by 6. .5 by 6. Okay. Next, similar triangle is x3. It means make one triangle up to x3 level. So this is entirely your similar triangle. In this similar triangle, what is the perpendicular? Perpendicular here x3. Perpendicular is here x3. And what about base? See, base is up to here. What is the distance? That is 2 meter. It means x3 by 2. x3 by 2. From this one, what is the value of x3? That is 1 by 6. That is 1 by 6. So these are the ordinate values. Why we are calculating these ordinate values? Because to know the shear force at C. So that purpose we have calculated ordinates. Now final shear force at C formula is whatever the given load, it should be multiplied with the ordinate value. First of all, up to here, take a screenshot. Next, calculate shear force at C. (132 Gauss). (132 Gauss). 52 Rakesh. 55 Shivateja.
Sir, 52 Rakesh.
Is it completed or not?
Yes, sir, completed.
Okay. 63 Gauri.
Yes, sir.
Gauri, is it completed or not?
Completed, sir.
Okay. All of you take screenshot. That's it. Don't write anything. Whatever I am saying here, just listen. Just listen and take screenshots. That's it. Don't write anything. Okay. Up to here clear. Next, find out shear force at C in this diagram only. Very easy. First of all, draw given diagram. A, B, and somewhere here we have a C. Okay. Now, loads are acting here 70, 60, and somewhere here it is 50. Okay. This is given diagram. Generally, spans are not required. Okay. Now, A, B, and here at this point, that is point C. Here it is point C. Okay. Now, and here load is acting. So in this point, next here the load is acting. So in this point, next here load is acting in this point. Here it is 0.5. Here it is 0.5. Now, just now we calculated the x1 value. This is our x1. What is the value? 1 by 3. Okay. Next here we have calculated x2 value. What is the value of x2? Here we got 5 by 12, and here it is x3 value, that we got 1 by 6. That we got 1 by 6. Okay. Now don't forget about it is plus, it is minus. Don't forget about these indications. Okay. Now calculate shear force at C. Calculate shear force at C. Shear force at C. See, very easy. What is the formula means? Load into ordinate. That's it. Load into ordinate. That is our formula. So here the load is 70 kilonewton. Okay. It should be multiplied with the ordinate. So below 70 we have ordinate 1 by 6. We have ordinate 1 by 6. But it is a minus value. It is a minus value. It means minus 1 by 6. Okay. Next, plus next load is 60 kilonewton. So 60 into, it should be multiplied with the ordinate, that is under the load ordinate. Here we have a 5 by 12, 5 by 12, but it is a minus value. It is a minus ordinate. So minus 5 by 12 Okay. Next. Plus, now coming to the upper ordinate. In the upper ordinate, load is acting in this point. So under the load, we have 1/3 ordinate. So load 50, it should be multiplied with the ordinate. See here, it is plus value. It is plus value. So we can write directly 1/3. No problem. 1/3. Now, anyone tell me the value of shear force at C? Anyone, please? What is the value of shear force at C? All of you calculate this value. Tell me the value. Fast. 73, Lavanya.
Yes.
Lavanya, what is the value of shear force at C? 75, Vishnu. 79, Shiva. Anyone, please respond. What is the value? Open your calculators and enter these values. See, each and every value I can't tell you. You have to do yourself. Nothing is there. Just open your calculators, enter these values, then you will get one value. That's it. Very easy. Why are you taking so much time?
Minus 26.
Yes. Minus 20 kilonewton. This is our shear force at the C. So this is my final value. This is my final value. So all of you take screenshot. This is our first problem. And in the afternoon class, we'll calculate second problem. Shear force at D. Okay. Yes, your attendance is already recorded here, so no problem. Those who have completed, you can leave from the class. We'll meet in the afternoon session. Okay, all of you leave from the class.